Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a good old-fashioned NFL reaction video. We have got some head coaching news. We have got an NFL player who has been arrested for 3 off seasons in a row, and a couple of other things as well. So, as always, don't forget to use code WW10 to save yourself a discount on any of Waggle's awesome products. And also, don't forget to use code WyattzWorld at sign up on Prize Picks to guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. Psst. I may or may not have heard from a Prize Picks rep that there's gonna be a CJ Stroud free square this weekend. And also, Prize Picks is rumored to have max discounts all throughout the playoffs, so keep an eye out for that. But as always, please remember to play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, folks, so starting off today's video, we are going to be talking about the hottest topic right now, which would be the head coaching situation in the NFL. And I've actually taken it upon myself also to make a tier list to kind of help us go over, kind of how I see things in the NFL at this moment. So obviously at the bottom, we have the 86th. We have the coaches who did not make it to next season. Well, with the team they coached last year, I should say, as of now. Anyway, Pete Carroll, Raheem Morris, those two being fired should surprise nobody. Then we have John Harbaugh, who is now with the Giants, obviously. Surprising that he was fired, even though I understood the reason. After that, we have Kevin Stefanski. I understand the firing there, but I believe he will be a head coach next year as well. He's a very good head coach in my opinion. Mike Tomlin, who recently just stepped down from Pittsburgh after, 17 seasons? That one surprises me because I don't think they would have ever fired him. I think that was purely his decision. Then we have Mike McDaniel. That one doesn't surprise me. I'm not sure what happened to Brian Callahan here, if that's how much he aged this season or if this is the interim. His firing surprised nobody though. And then at the end, you have Jonathan Gannon, who will never be a head coach again because of what he did. I mean, that was purely inexcusable. He will always be known as the guy who put his hands on a player. Always. Moving up to the next column, we have the coaches that personally I'd fire, but as of now, they still have jobs. That's Aaron Glenn, Todd Bowles, and Zach Taylor. Isn't it surprising in itself that Zach Taylor's the one head coach who fucking survived the AFC North? He's the worst coach there. Then you have Glenn, who's obviously just brutal, and then Todd Bowles, who honestly, he's held his ground, but I think he's run his course. After that, we have the section called shit or get off the pot, meaning I think for the most part, your job is safe, but if you don't do something soon, like within a year or two, you're gone. And I don't think any of these will surprise people besides the one in the middle here, Dan Campbell. And the reason I have Dan Campbell there is because I think people are growing a little bit impatient with him. I don't think his aggressive play calling is as charming as it once was, but he's likely more safe than I have him on here. And then obviously at the top, we have the coaches who I would deem safe. They are not going anywhere, at least they shouldn't. You got Ben Johnson, Vrabel, Sirianni, unfortunately, McVay, Sean Payton, McDonald, Liam Cohen, Shanahan, D'Amico, KOC, Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, and Kellen Moore, which I know, Kellen Moore can be kind of viewed as a bridge coach. I can see that, kind of like a shoddy. Sorry, I should have been circling this. But I really don't think Kellen Moore did all that bad this year, like for everything provided to him. And now quickly, before we move on to the next segment, I would like to give my 2 cents on the addition of John Harbaugh to the Giants. Do I think that's going to make them a better team? Obviously, it will make them better to a pretty substantial degree, I believe. Not saying they're just going to march right into the playoffs. I mean, hopefully that's what you would want. But I am a big believer that coaching matters, and whether Harbaugh has been successful in the playoffs or regular season in recent years, the man is an established head coach. He knows how to run a football team. He knows how to operate. He knows how to build relationships. He's got a lot of his brother in him, actually. John is like Jim, except if he didn't do cocaine. I shouldn't insinuate that. As far as I know, Jim doesn't do cocaine, but I would not be shocked if I already did. But yeah, moral of the story, I think it was a great move by the Giants. Do I think it's going to make them a Super Bowl contender right off the bat? No. But it damn sure will make them an improved team. At least it better. 5 years, $100 million, that ain't cheap. Now moving on, I believe this is going to be some disappointing news for the Minnesota Vikings, but the Steelers have requested a head coach interview with Brian Flores. And the reason I think this will be bad for Minnesota is because when he had his head coaching interview with Baltimore, which was like a day or two ago, I believe, I didn't take that serious. When he had his defensive coordinator interview with Washington, I didn't take that serious. This, I do take serious. I do believe the Steelers will hire him. He's been there before. They like him. He has been a defensive mastermind over the last couple of years. I know he has had some, controversy surrounding him, but I think the Steelers are genuinely interviewing him with the intent to hire. And also, my dad said yesterday, every single Steelers coach since he has been watching have all been defensive coaches. They seem to have a little bit of a tradition there. Why not go after one of the best defensive minds in football right now? If I was Minnesota, I would offer him head coaching money and just try and put this whole fucking thing to bed, but I don't think they're gonna do that either. I think B-Flow is gone. Piggybacking off of that, some more disappointing news for the Vikings. Jordan Addison was arrested again. Some would like to say there was improvement to this arrest though. He wasn't speeding, he wasn't passing out behind a wheel. This time he was just refusing to leave a casino. He wasn't endangering himself or other people. But also at the same time, like, this is 3 off seasons in a row now. This man has been in the news for being arrested. Like, he has just got a nose for trouble. He is always in trouble. You can't have a guy like that on your team. Moving on, we have a little bit of a theory about the 49ers. So first off, I just want to say tip of the cap to the 49ers owner on giving George Kittle a bottle of tequila after tearing his Achilles, and Kittle also pounded that, which is incredible. But the theory going on about the 49ers is that this big power plant here is projecting off, electro waves of energy right next to their practice field, and people are thinking that has something to do with why players are getting hurt so often. And obviously there's, people trying to back it up, like this guy, saying that low frequency magnetic fields can degrade collagen, weaken tendons, and cause soft tissue damage at levels regulators call safe. But then we also have scientists giving their input, saying they don't consider power lines or cell phone or radar installations to be damaging. Does it actually affect the players? I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but it is kind of weird to think about. Moving on to the next biggest piece of news here, my boy Benchwarmer Brand has been arrested. He was caught deflating football. That's Vitaly arrested in the Philippines. I just think it looks like brand new. When I first saw it, I'm like, is that a Photoshop? I love you, Brand. You know I do. And now moving on, I want to share the new investment I made with you guys. You ready? Oh yeah, yesterday I finally quit procrastinating the idea and I went out and I got a Switch 2. Haven't played it yet, just took it out of the box this morning actually. Dude, first impressions. This thing is gargantuan. It's massive. I mean, I don't play handheld when I play Switch, I just hook it up to my TV. But the screen is like 3 iPhones wide. Got some weight to it too, it feels pretty durable. However, I don't know how I feel about these new Joy-Cons. They're like magnets almost. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's satisfying to click it. I just hope it's secure. It was also funny when I went in to buy this thing, right? So I went to GameStop, which I don't ever go to GameStop. And I walk in there with my old Switch and a couple of games. I just wanted to try and put it towards this so I didn't have to pay, $500 out of my pocket. And I walk in and the GameStop employee is like, oh, you got some trade-ins. And I was like, yeah, I want to trade this stuff in for a Switch 2 and Mario Kart. He said, okay, no problem. So he rang me up, looked at all my stuff, said it was good to go. Ended up paying for over half the Switch 2, which was great. But then he proceeded to look me dead in the eyes and say this. So you have 2 options. You can either get the Switch for $450 plus Mario Kart, which is going to be an additional $80, or you can get the bundle, which is the Switch and Mario Kart for $500. That's the look I gave him, and I didn't say a word. It was about 10 seconds of silence before he went, I suppose the bundle would make more sense. You think? What are you trying to upsell me $30 for nothing? That makes no sense! Anyway, probably a review or gameplay coming soon on something. I'll probably play this weekend. And that's gonna do it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I know it was kind of a garbage bullshit throw together video, but I'm trying to get more consistent on making content, and to be honest, other than the coaches getting fired and, hired, there really isn't that much going on in the NFL right now. Regardless, if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to show support as always. Give me some Switch 2 recommendations if you guys have played any games for it other than Mario Kart. As always, in the meantime, I'm gonna get this whipped up so you guys can watch it on time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. I will see you in the next upload.